My elementary school-age daughter was suddenly found to be pregnant. Chapter 2. At those words, Portia and Dorian's faces went pale. They both exclaimed in unison. What's going on? Velvet, brimming with anger, declared. My contacts found evidence of sister-in-law checking into a hotel with Iris. With that, she held up her phone for everyone to see. On the screen, there were records of my hotel check-in under my real name, along with surveillance footage showing me entering and leaving the hotel with my daughter. After reading the messages, Portia shot me an incredulous look and yelled, Callista, how could you do this? No wonder when Iris mentioned her stomach hurting this morning. You handed her a pregnancy test. After she found out she was pregnant, you calmly made her chicken soup to nourish the baby. So it turns out you're the mastermind behind all this. Tell me, why would you do something like this? Velvet's disappointment was palpable, as she turned her gaze on me, saying, Sister-in-law, did we do something to upset you? What's going on? If you're bothered, just tell us. This is an adult issue. Don't take it out on the child. Why would you ruin her life like this? Seeing their anxious and worried faces, I couldn't help but find their concern absurd. But before I could respond, my daughter, who had been quietly observing, suddenly stood up. She positioned herself protectively in front of me, facing Portia's sister-in-law without flinching. Grandma, Aunt, this is all my fault. If you have something to say, direct it at me. Don't be mean to Mom. Velvet and mother-in-law exchanged concerned glances at their daughter, then turned to me with reproach. Look at what you've done. Iris is still protecting you. Do you deserve such a filial and well-behaved daughter? I remained unruffled and replied, I have nothing to be ashamed of. Seeing my indifferent demeanor, Dorian's anger surged. He stepped in front of me, his eyes red with fury, demanding, What on earth is going on? Who did you bring Iris to meet at the hotel? How did she get pregnant? I coldly stared at Dorian's enraged face and said calmly, I just took my daughter to the hotel to rest. How would I know how she got pregnant? As soon as the words left my lips, Velvet suddenly approached with her phone in hand and said to Dorian in a serious tone, Brother, it's bad. The news about Iris being pregnant has spread and now the owner group is discussing it. At this, Dorian's fury intensified. He grabbed my collar and gritted his teeth, saying, Our daughter's reputation is ruined and you still want to protect that bastard. Hand him over. I swear I'll kill him today. I looked at Dorian, completely unconcerned, and replied, I've said everything I needed to say. If you don't believe me, there's nothing I can do. Dorian's rage boiled over, his forehead throbbing with veins. In a fit of anger, he slapped me hard, sending me crashing to the ground. Callista, do you even have a shred of humanity? We've been married for over a decade. In all these years, I've worked tirelessly to provide for you, never allowing you to face a moment of hardship, or raising my voice at you. My mother has taken care of everything at home, making sure you didn't have to lift a finger to do any housework. Even my sister has always considered you, bringing you gifts whenever she travels for work. Iris has been incredibly obedient and understanding, hanging on your every word. Even after you got her pregnant, she chose to stay silent to protect you. I honestly can't comprehend how our family has wronged you. Why are you doing this to Iris? Who did you take her to meet at the hotel? How did she end up pregnant? Dorian was visibly shaken, his strikes landing with remarkable force. This was the first time he had ever hit me. My face burned with pain and I felt utterly disheveled. However, my expression remained unchanged as I coldly stared at him, saying nothing. Seeing that I was still defiant, Dorian nodded sharply, exclaiming in frustration, I see now you're intent on ruining our daughter. Well then, today I'll make sure you taste the bitterness of disgrace. With that, Dorian yanked me forcefully, dragging me toward the door. At that moment, my daughter rushed forward, crying out, Dad, please don't hurt Mom. Dorian gently patted Iris on the head. Iris, your father will never allow anyone to hurt you. Not even your mother. He then turned to Velvet and mother-in-law, instructing them, keep a close eye on Iris and don't let her out. I'm going to make Callista confess everything today. No one can protect her. With that, Dorian disregarded my daughter's tearful pleas and forcefully dragged me to the community square. The uproar quickly drew the attention of nearby residents. As the crowd swelled, Dorian seized the moment to publicly air my crimes. Before long, everyone present was pointing fingers and gossiping about me. No wonder the group chat was buzzing about how that poor child is pregnant at such a young age. Looks like it's all this mother's fault. Oh my god. That's not a mother. That's a monster. Exactly. Even a vicious tiger wouldn't harm its own cub. How could she do this to her daughter, who's still in elementary school? Some people don't deserve to be mothers, let alone live in this world. If I were her husband, I'd kill her on the spot. The crowd was spitting venom, treating me like a heartless criminal. Dorian looked down at me, a smug grin on his face as he taunted. So, are you still going to play innocent? He believed he had me cornered, eagerly waiting for me to surrender. I let out a cold laugh, my disdain evident as I said, Is that all you've got? What can this small crowd do? No matter how loud they shout, it won't change anything. Just a simple move to another neighborhood and it'll all be forgotten. You should really bring in some internet influencers to live stream this. That might actually tarnish my reputation and make me infamous. Dorian's expression darkened. His jaw clenched as he replied. Fine. I'll give you what you want. With that, he pulled out his phone and started dialing. A surge of anticipation coursed through me. Let the chaos erupt. The bigger, the better. I wanted the whole world to know about this.